All right, Kara, it does look like we're live. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another MK Potcast. I am your host, Michael Kamp, as that name tag thing there says. And then this is Kara over here. That's Canna Queen Kara, our co-host. And thank you guys for joining. Today is another MetaMind MonDaze. We've got an amazing guest to talk about really the power of branding is what it all comes down to, and leveraging what you have going on. We have Andrea in here saying, "What's up? What is up?" So while we go ahead and let this populate, I'm going to go and throw a video on like normal. Let's see. Kara, do you have a particular request?
You got any faceless for us?
I could do some faceless. Which one do we want the little 3D box or do we want the other one I made?
3D.
3D box. All right. Now, where did I have that? It's only a 2-minute, but that's all right. It does have, it cuts it up. Let's do the whole thing. We're going to do the faceless waiting room. You guys, this is our man, the faceless architect. He runs the Faceless Nation. It is a group of like-minded individuals that empower each other is the basic of it. So amazing lyricist, amazing musician, amazing individual, period. And we're blessed to have him part of our family. So this is his song that I got off of an NFT I purchased. He's got a whole album, and you're able to access that album by getting the NFT. So you can actually, there's lots of musicians where they're tying this art into their music. So you have unlockables, if you will, and content and access to them, and a lot of different extras that the average person does not. And that's a huge benefit to NFTs and the communities around them, is you're able to show support and then in turn get support. So go ahead and invite some people in before we get our guest here. He is the one of the men behind getting the first Bored Ape with Cocoa Nuts. And if you don't know who Cocoa Nuts is, Koko Nugs, Nuggz, Cocoa Nugs. Their flavor is Bored Banana Split. You can check them out at badempire.vip, but we'll get into that. Here's the Faceless Nation. Daniel Jones, I want to put that up. All right, I got to do this first, and then I want to show laws. All right, there it's coming in. Daniel Jones says, well, I love this. Don't speak NFT. I should learn more, I guess. I see you on Twitter out there, Waxy, so by all means, jump on a Twitter space with us anytime. Me and Kara are there quite often. Our man Trip Voxel that we have for the show, he is there as well. Many brilliant minds. It's actually quite engaging, entertaining, and helpful. So we focus a lot doing mental health spaces and navigating the ups and downs of life, and empower how cannabis makes it that much better. So here is Faceless.
They all fight. Let's go. For the beast of the earth. They are fighting. While the beasts of the earth still feed off the leave me. We can get burly with marks and dodge. You can't stay the king of the parking lot. I don't stay scared if you bark a lot. Spend too much time around parks and shots at the park in the dark with the heads hang low. When the primo smoke to wash out your clothes and the weed don't smoke. Does fail your test violation, probation, the case. Rest violation of the nation face down in this mess. Corporation motivation with the police confess. Manufacturing the product of criminals. They don't try to hide it subliminal. The products in the pocket of the prison holes. And we are the product they show back back our souls. We under prophets and hell as it goes. We are a populace who fell to the ghosts of the prophets. Prophets in prison of lodge. War on drugs is driving the stock. Said the war on drugs. This was driving the stock.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Peace of the earth, still feed on the poor.
Talking in Angus, freedom and peach, man of the land, and the anguish he speaks. TV potholes, deep like Atlantis, free from the land with plans of expansion. My angle's the dankest, jammed with the rap kids, painting the mansions, smoothing the blocks, strudels are pop, move it you lost, tough sounds.
Let's go.
Let me show you something.
Don't leave me.
Let me show you something.
Don't leave me.
Let me show you something.
Don't leave me.
Let me show you something.
Don't leave
Peace of
me.
the earth, still feed on the poor. Some teachers are preachers are keepers of love. While the beasts of the earth still feed off the blood. Some teachers are preachers are keepers of love. The beasts of the earth still trample the blood. In prison projects, till prison pockets, till the prison projects, the prison pockets, the light and the might, bring a sight to the blind, spit love in the mud, clean the rise of the shrine. Power to the people, screaming fuck all the lies, cause the prison to the sequel is a fucking hate crime. Sisters of the earth band together to the lies, and the truth sets us free, you are cleansing their eyes, bring wars and greedy men, fight wars for greedy men, the poor still bleeding in, the war of beast men, important preaching, sin, religion buried in, the blood is deep in, the love is creeping in. And the force is the course that we're married in. Choose to refuse, see the tombs of the buried men. Views they confuse while they choose what they carry and proves that the truth that you use is share will.
Live.com. You guys, I think you can find his music and information on his project. Go ahead and pull that down there because it goes on for a little bit longer. But yes, that was Faceless. Architect of the Faceless Nation, and Rawls says Ozzy better. It is definitely a different type of music, and I have no complaints on Ozzy. I'm a huge Ozzy fan. So, if you happen to know any artists, musicians, Anna, that rock it like Ozzy, love cannabis, we by all means can get them and curate them into some of what we're doing as well. She says, I'd rather hear rock. Kara, what's your experience with music and NFTs? I haven't noticed too many rock. It seems to be more hip hop.
It's mostly hip hop, but there are some like I don't know. It's different. Like there's tons of music NFTs out there, and I've seen like the MIDI ones, like what we've got from what is it, Songs of Eden?
Songs of Eden, yeah.
Yeah, those are nice. And then there's Faceless, there's Tommy Trillfigure, Louis. Like those are just a
Do you
few.
think it's just the, because we
I think
track
people are
it's
still
just the
learning
type
how
of
to
music
do
that
it.
we enjoy.
Yeah.
You think?
And I think
or it's like, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think people are still learning how to make NFTs out of their music, and a lot of musicians are still getting into that area um, of Web3. Still at this time, it's still new, and you know, yeah, rock is great music, and it's just that right now we don't have access to those types of big
Those
bands because
artists.
we
Yeah.
just rock on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like that's something we don't have
Yeah.
access to.
Well, what's funny, a lot of those big bands, Black Label Society, Motley Crue, I don't see them going to be doing anything in the NFTs anytime soon of,
No, really
being
not.
that older rock like that. But I'm sure there's absolutely some new artists. I mean, I've got a couple that I'm working with, but we can't play their music because it's in a file form, and they're part of an AI to AI communication thing to protect IP of the artists themselves. So I've got files that these files will never be on outside of like being sent, but it won't be on like Spotify and things like that. So there's a couple artists that hopefully they'll be coming out here next year full blast, but we can't. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout though. I would love some rock as well. So I'm gonna be on the lookout. I'm gonna be intentionally looking for some rock and roll NFT projects that we're manifesting it now. So we won't even have to look; they'll come to us. So
Yeah.
thank you, Anna. The plant is in motion. Happy Monday, all, is for Matthew Brown. Welcome, thanks, Matt. So Anna, what about this one? Here's another NFT, and this is I was used to make a logo. Do you like this music? Let me know. So what about that, Anna? Was that one okay, or we still need some rock and roll? I'm gonna, like, after the show here, I'm gonna get in and I'm gonna go do a rock and roll NFT music search and see what we can stir up. Because there's got to be something out there.
Yeah, let's go on a hunt later on tonight and see what we can find.
Well, it's even a lot of the artists, because you guys, if you don't have Twitter, you should get a Twitter account. It gives you access to a lot of information and things going on. Anna still says rocks, so we're on it, Anna. We're gonna find some fucking rock that rocks, and get them in here to play some music and allow us to use their musical creations as background music for waiting rooms and all that good shit. So, hell yeah. Well, Kara, we forgot to announce it was 7:10 in Mountain Time 2 minutes ago.
I was drinking a can of coffee, so I shan't be dabbing just yet.
You're not going to dab yet?
Not
right.
yet.
Since you're not going to dab yet, we'll go ahead and we'll do a little shout out here, you guys. We are streaming live on StreamYard right now. Thank you, StreamYard, for the capabilities you allow us. We are streaming to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter currently. We got some things working on a Twitch channel and some other fun stuff, but that'll get into the gaming aspect of the NFT world and what's possible through tokenization and gamification. And we'll get to learn a lot of that from our guest today. I don't know how much we'll get into that today. That's a further, more advanced, I think, level of engagement into the world of Web3. But our man Token's able to break it down at a level that everybody can comprehend and speak of that to a child's understanding. So that always helps when it comes to things that we don't quite understand or is complicated in our minds, like crypto, blockchain, NFTs, and being immersed in the metaverse. So Merry Christmas, Ronaldo, to you as well. And he's wishing one to everybody. So I make sure I share that. And before we get into, I think we should bring Trip up here so we can all share a 420 in Honolulu in 6 minutes and counting. So I wish I could go through. I'm having issues with StreamYard and my computer on showing logos. So I know you won't mind, but this is Trip Voxel. If you did not see him on a previous MK Potcast, there's one with cyberspace. I do believe did I leave that banner up there? Oh, here's who we're talking with, guys. The man Trip Voxel. I'm going to pull up the other information and make a banner to show where you can go to find out about cyberspace.io. You can always go to, I don't remember how many Mondays back it was, but there's another MetaMind Monday where Trip's up here talking about cyberspace.io, what that is, and at least an introduction to it. And then now we brought him back to talk with us about how he's now working with Runts and Coco Nugs and how he leveraged a Bored Ape to do just that. So it's the power of NFTs, the power of branding, and then the power of the initiative of the individuals to recognize what's there, go out and get it. It's one thing I do love about a lot of the individuals in the Web3 world is they're go-getters. They don't sit around and watch. They'd rather make things happen. So the man of the hour is coming here now. Well, thanks, Trip Voxel, for showing up, blessing us with your presence. How are you doing this evening?
Oh man, I'm doing great. How about you guys? So far, Everything's been pretty solid on the podcast. You guys do you guys know Nikos, right? Like Nikos and A-Ride, the Boombot from the Bitbot Society. He wrote. Nikos is a rock musician.
All right.
He's a
So
full
you-
Web3 rock musician.
so
And his
you
guy
came in
A-Ride
here
has done stuff with like
fucking
Arizona
solution.
Service and a bunch of other people.
Hell yeah. You hear that, Anna? Trip's got the solution. So
Yeah, Nikos is pretty big. He's a Boombot. He runs the Boombot also for the Bitbot Society. So they run a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week music space for the Boombot. Itchy plays their music and all the different musicians from the Bitbot Society. So Slim Jimmy, Lee Major, we got Illy the producer from Eminem. We got all kinds of different people on there. And anyways, they play all the music from the Web3 guys, all their regular music and all their Web3 music. A lot of the major musicians in the world are still under future media contracts, which means they can't actually release their music to the blockchain as an NFT. The label would have to do it for them. They can't do that themselves personally because their future media and future music and all that stuff is already owned, right? However, nothing stops the artist from actually taking the first time that they go stream it into the metaverse can be with their own personal avatar, and they can just be streaming the music from the Spotify or making their own little playlist of their own music that's already released, right? That's entirely allowed and doesn't fall under any problems. So all of the musicians in Web3 who do have future media contracts are going to be able to use the Bitbot Society to make print-on-demand metaverse merchandise through Polka City, as well as have a whole bunch of different digital venues to play their music on. And Nikos and A-Ride and the Boombot and all the other guys, they're all part of that. We got some pretty big names in there right now. We actually just got them in the crypto magazine as well with Kevin Hart, along with Cyberspace and, the Brainstorm panel. So, that was a pretty big move. That should be here in America over the next couple of weeks. And then we did just also get the Bored Ape strain for the Bored Banana Splits for the Cocoa Nugs for a 500 milligram THC edible. And we leveraged the ape to get that done. So that was absolutely amazing. But we just finished our first order of 500, got those out, taken care of. We're on second batch now, so it's going absolutely amazing. We're working with a bunch of different dispensaries and looking for more. Anyone who wants Bored Banana Split Cocoa Nugs, please hit me up. We are more than happy to figure it out. If you are in a legal state, in a legal company, whatever, we can work with you. Let me know.
And,
anyways,
with that,
how are you guys doing?
With the Bored Ape Banana Split and the Cocoa Nugs, don't you have products that are both THC and non-THC?
Yeah, so we have Delta 8, we have CBD, we have a complete zero that we're actually working on right now. That's not released yet. We don't have that fully done, but that is actually, we're going to look at putting on shelves in stores, like next to Hershey's chocolate and all kinds of stuff as a cocoa crispy edible without THC in it. It's just going to be a little Rice Krispie treat with chocolate in the shape of a weed nut.
And it's going to have this Bored Ape on it that
even if you're Bored Ape runs all that stuff, same flavor, same everything, just zero THC, so it can go on the shelf in a store.
Man, that's awesome. Now, anybody watching, is there anybody that's in here that does not know what a Bored Ape is or the Bored Ape Yacht Club? Just let us know in the comments. We're not going to judge you. We just are wondering on a census of even if you're not involved with crypto and immersed in Web3, have you heard of a Bored Ape? Because it'll indicate the power of branding, and then also the power of the headlines. So you guys probably had no idea what Trip was talking on when he was going to the city and he ran off so many things so fast. Go back, listen to it again. There was so many
oh yeah, that's why we do recorded stuff. If you guys ever need to re-listen to stuff, always make sure to go re-hit it, like for sure. That's why we record it, right? So that people can actually come back and listen again if they need to or re-hear things.
Exactly. And we're not here to overwhelm you. It's just to open your eyes to the possibilities of the future. So cannabis allows us to sit back, relax, and maybe believe in something we didn't know existed, and more so get involved in it and provide the support that's possible through these projects, because they're not just about art. A lot of them are about just this: happy 420, light them
Happy
if you got 'em.
420.
The kind of the community, smoking, the support of each other, and what a true community can do when you actually get to know the individuals in it, learn the capabilities they have, and see how everything aligns for the same purpose. So, Piano Queen, what are you smoking on? I believe you're unmuted. Nope, not there. There we go.
I touched it too many times. I'm smoking on some Blue Dream.
Nice.
Yeah, Blue Dream, and I just finished my cup of coffee. Had some caramel in there, about 200 milligrams. Tasted really good. I'm thinking about pulling some of these gummies I grabbed the other day from the smoke shop. They were like super sale gummies, right? So these are vegan THC Delta 8 gummies, is what they say. And there's 10 count. It says 300 milligrams, so I'm assuming they're 30 milligrams a piece. The brand says Dozo, but I'm gonna check one of these out and see how they taste.
Where'd you get these at?
Local smoke shop. I don't know if I want a red one or a yellow one. What color
Be
should I
safe.
do?
Go with the red. Be safe. The yellow could be good or it could be horrible.
Hold on, let me try
Yeah,
to get
yellow
it
could be some weird stuff. You never know.
Reds are normally safe, or they unless you don't like that cough syrup tip flavor. I've ran into that. A red will lean to that sometimes.
Yeah.
This one looks like.
That looks like a fruity. Let's go for
Yeah.
the fruity and not the cough syrupy. What is it? What do you scale it?
Let me eat it first.
Okay, I'm gonna roll up another U-bong because it is 420 till 4:30.
It is 420 till 4:30. That is correct.
Oh, and then you guys, while we're partaking in our 420, and those that, if you're listening to this far up to on the replay, Carrie, what time is our mental health based here Wednesday on Twitter? That then's going to lead into a fundraising. When is
7
this
p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday night.
7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And then we're going to be rocking until about midnight. We've got some pretty amazing things going on. Our man Trip Box will be there as well. So that's always
Where
good.
am I?
You're going to be there on Wednesday.
Sure.
On mental health space on the Twitter.
Why not?
And then we're going to be doing a
Send me
pop-up.
an invite. I'll show up.
Oh, I know. That's what's fun. We'll be doing a pop-up fundraiser happening afterwards. It's going to be an after-party fundraiser to save some money in West Ghana with some hemp seed oil by selling some hero packs. So it's gonna be a fun Wednesday. See you guys. There will not be a MK Potcast this Wednesday, as we will be engaged in Twitter, and you can't. I guess that'd be really difficult unless you had your camera on the screen of your phone for Twitter, or if you could pull it up on the computer. We could almost share Twitter through sharing the screen on the StreamYard podcast. Right? I could pull it up on my computer.
In theory, yeah.
I could pull it up on my computer, and then it can say what's on there and the audio, and you can't talk through the computer anyway on it, so then you just let that run.
Pretty sure that's what someone we know does.
Oh, well, I just thought of that now. That's the power of the plant. Hey, is it me, or does that light not look as bright? Or is it just
I moved the thing.
No, not yours, mine. I had to turn my fucking grow light.
Yeah, his light was bright. I can't point to the right.
I think it's still the same because the picture's just smaller, because it still has like this array. Maybe because it's so smoky in here?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
It's super bright. I had to turn it all the way down. And normally I only have to turn it halfway down, so I don't know. But welcome, you guys. I've just seen a couple join numbers pop up. We're not watching the Facebook. That's one thing that is, I guess if I had another screen, I could watch who comes through on Facebook, but we're streaming in so many different Facebook groups you'd have to watch each group to see the names of who the people are popping in. So I think we should talk with StreamYard and have some type of level and maybe another button on the side or somewhere where it's just a running thing of they know the information, saying it on the live. It's just not reporting it here on the back end on the dashboard. So we're gonna fix some shit with StreamYard. I love beta testing. Now with all the things that you're doing on, I mean, you guys are just tuning in or still listening. He got a Board Ape partnered with Coco Nugs and Bad Empire. Got VIP at the bottom, and that's where you can go check it out. So kick-ass merchandise, awesome product, awesome individuals. The whole team just fucking rocks. And then now Anna Rawls was wanting some rock music NFT so we can play it. And Trip, you brought that immediately. So with that, it makes me wonder, do you beta test? You know, what's your background? What's your background in just tech? What got, you know, pre NFTs?
So
what did you do?
I started my metaverse journey at 7 years old into an MMORPG world. Back then we didn't call them a metaverse, and there wasn't MMORPG.
Yeah,
massive multiplayer online role-playing game, like a Skyrim or a RuneScape. But before all of those came Tibia, and I started playing Tibia when I was 7. Back in the day, we didn't call video games metaverses because they didn't have cryptocurrencies attached to them. All the items weren't quantified, and you couldn't trade them on the marketplace for real money. Now we call that a metaverse. But it's the same thing as most of the other games that people have ever played. The only difference is that when you play, you're playing for your time, and your time now can be quantified to a dollar amount because there's only so many of each item, right? There's only so much currency in the whole world. There's only so much of this, that, and the other thing. And there are ways that the currency goes back in, right? Through buying potions or consumables or doing different things. There's all kinds of stuff that makes the economy what it is. But they started building out world economies for video games 30 years ago. And so, you know, like there's economic structures and stuff that we have already seen work for 20 years worth of time, and they still work today, right? And so for things like that, if you just take that and restructure it to be a quantified number of items for every single thing, so only the first person who completes and kills the dragon at the end of the game is going to get the fucking super awesome, crazy, legendary sword. Well, if that sword allows you to PvP in the game and kill other players or beat them in battle or whatever and take their things and take, like, what does that actually add up to in value over the course of time? How much does that sword actually earn you, and how many hours did you have to put in to make that happen, right? Right now, if you trade items on a game for outside world currency, you get banned. If they catch you doing that in RuneScape, they will ban you. They will ban your entire account, and all your time is gone. I've had multiple games where I've been banned off of for doing things like this, but I paid a lot of my bills with video games for about 15 years of my life. So there was a very good portion of time where I'm aware in the world, this was a completely black market form of playing video games, to play and build accounts and sell them for money, and build characters and sell them for money, and get amazing items and go quest hunting and go join a guild and make a guild and create all of these things in order to achieve different end goals of the game so that you could sell the stuff on the black market to other people in the world who wanted to buy that item. I mean, I've had items and accounts that I've sold for $5,000, $10,000, $6,000, $8,000, and it took me 100 days of play. It took me 50 days of play. It took me 200 days of play. Less than a year for all of them.
That's crazy.
All of them.
Well, I mean, it makes sense though when it comes to of the gaming world. Like if you look at, you know, just Fortnite, right? And
this just makes it legal for everyone. Fortnite's already in blockchain. Fortnite is in the sandbox. So is League of Legends. So is PlayStation. So is Ubisoft. So is Activision. So is Engine. So is Atari. Every other major gaming company you've ever heard of is already in blockchain and has been for 2 years minimum already. They just haven't released their games yet. They're building out the new version.
Because like what you're talking, and I can remember playing some of these older, because I was a gaming kid, and understanding that it's like it almost went backwards. Right?
Yes, we have to go backwards to go forwards. We're going to have to jump back in time and restart on the whole path because we built it wrong the first time. We didn't make it where people's time was valued at all, only towards the company, right? The company makes the money from the play to win. The company makes the money when you buy and sell things on the marketplace. Do. That's why they're actually against you selling and trading things outside of game for currency, because it takes away from their money. Okay. And right now, if you mod a game, you create a mod and the gaming community really loves it, right? That game company will just adopt the mod and just take your shit. You can't do anything about it. There's nothing saying you created that modified world. There's nothing saying you created that forever. No, you just built it and they liked it. The community liked it, so they took it because they're a bigger company and they can do whatever the fuck they want. And they own the rights to that game. So they're allowed to do whatever they want to update it, right? So if the community mods it and makes a better version, they're still going to update their game then and just make it better. But all of that input came from the community. All of the original build came from the community. Right now, because of blockchain, if you make a mod for a game now and you make a new world and you create a better version and all of those things, right? You make an open world server of the same creation, right? But with your own sprites, your own things, your own whatever, and you build your own economy and all of that, bro, it doesn't matter. If you make a better version, you win. People will come play yours instead, and that's it.
Crazy.
Like, and technically, if the game company wants to use it, right, they have to buy the NFT of that mod. They have to buy that world map. So Minecraft, for example, right? Minecraft is a pretty big game. Most people have played and they know about, right? You can take a world that you've built in Minecraft. You can import that map into the sandbox game creator, and you can sell that world to Atari, and they can use it as a level in their game.
That's crazy, dude. For real?
Yes.
See, that's what's nuts is like you guys, if you're just jumping in, first want to say welcome. We had Michael say what's up, Ryan say what's up. He's installing the doorbell, guys. He's here to listen in and learn along the way, and we do appreciate your support. So, man, when I type a comment and it makes you Canna Queen, when it makes you comment as well, it confuses me every fucking time. It's weird. But yeah, welcome guys. Talking with Trip Voxel, and if you just came in, we were talking on how, so like with what you just said, my son and his World of Warcraft levels and crazy things that he's built, he can go and take these things and like, is there and you go, what do you do with it in Sandbox?
So there's a thing called the Vox Editor. Okay, and the Vox Editor is the game making software for the Sandbox. Their Twitter handle is at VOXEDIT, Vox Edit. But it's a voxel editor for voxel gaming, and it's all voxel like pixelation capabilities. So anything from Roblox, anything from Minecraft, any personal made game from any of those things, anything you've already previously created, you can import into the Sandbox and just make into a game there. You can just build it in. And if people like it, you can sell it to other gaming companies and they can put it on their land.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you can charge whatever you want for that, for the whole game as a whole setup. You can charge for the whole thing. Boop.
So you said that with these big gaming companies, they're a minimum of 2 years in, but in that's still juvenile stages of the time frame.
Yeah, very juvenile when it comes to video game creation. Yeah.
Right. So how many YouTubers?
There's a lot of games that they don't even announce until 2 years in normally that they're even starting, right? They don't even tell anyone for the first 2 years of their creation that they're even starting, right? And blockchain gaming makes that a little bit different because people announce early so that they can get their coin out there, so that they can get their assets out there, so that they can get their, all the different things sold, like the land pieces for the game, right? You have to hold a piece of land to be able to import things and make things and attach them to the marketplace, as well as to create a game, right? If you want to import your game in, you have to hold a piece of land in that metaverse, whatever metaverse it might be.
But that's one game that could be used in unlimited amount of times with minor
Correct.
alterations. That's all.
Unlimited amount of worlds.
Man, you guys
As many as you build,
if this
as many as
sounds
you
crazy,
attach yourself to.
this is I know it's a cannabis thing, but when it's talking on levels of this capability, my son's 13, my daughter's 10, and they'd understood everything Trip just said.
Yep.
It's crazy because I've heard my son talk about levels of what you're talking, and I don't think he's looked at it from because it's a business perspective. It's a branding level of who that individual is because what they create.
Yeah. Do you want to be a game maker? Do you want to be a modder? Do you want to be someone who just builds worlds and maps? Do you want to be an item builder, an avatar builder, a creator, a fucking dragon creator, right? Where you want to be a Smurf creator, right? The Smurfs are in the sandbox. So if you want to work for the Smurfs and make Papa Smurf, you can do that, right? Like, it's up to you. The world is your oyster now. Everyone is involved already. So like Snoop Dogg's in there, Slipknot's in there, Deadmau5 is in there. All the big musicians basically across the board have all picked up a plot of land inside there. All the biggest platforms for Web3 like Coinbase, Binance, MetaMask, all of them. They all are building different things. So you'll be able to walk into the building for Coinbase and do your little trades and whatever in the sandbox as an avatar instead of on their website, right? So a lot of these places are just building a metaverse style of their website, right, into the game. And people can just come play, but you're not really playing. You're utilizing the different functions they've already put together as an exchange, right? You're utilizing the different functions they've already put onto their website for the different things that they want to do. But they're just making it more of like a 3D interactive format, right, where people can come and jump basically into the game and walk around and be like, oh, let me go check out Coinbase. Here, let me go check out KuCoin and see what coins are over there. They can just walk across the street, right? They can be playing the game the whole time. And it's way more interactive that way. It's way better for securing your brand image. It's way better for securing yourself as like a real thing for people, right? Because now you have a physical location they can walk into. Yes, it is in a video game, but it's better than no location at all. A lot of places and a lot of things, it's only real once they put the sign on it, right? If they're building just a gas station, right, template, for example, in the world, right, until they put the sign that says this is a Mobile or a Shell or a Sinclair or whatever the fuck, right, it could be any gas station because they all pretty much look the same. It's all just a building and some gas pumps and some parking spots and whatever. Like, when they're putting it up, you don't know whose it is until they put a name on it, and you can walk in the building and be like, oh, cool, I'm getting my Shell gas, and here's my Shell rewards, and do, right? And so that makes something very, very real to people when they can interact with it and engage with it in like an interactive format, right? The metaverse is just going to bring that more to life by allowing people to basically make an immersive experience into a game style format for people to come and interact with their brand and what they're doing and what they're building. I mean, your merchandise store can just be a shop, right? But it can be a shop in there. You can just build out the venue for a shop or a mall, right? You just build out little racks and whatever. You hang your little clothes and you take the little images and put them on. Like, it's not impossible or difficult to do at all. And anyone can do it. That's the benefit of Web3 is that anyone can do this stuff. Once, technically, you don't even need the land in theory to do this. You just download the software, the box edit software, right? And you open up the creator, you create the things that you want to make, you make yourself an entire portfolio of all the stuff you want to make. And then when they open up the ability for people to go rent the land, you go rent the land for a week from somebody or a day or whatever, and you hit your little rental price for a day for $10 or whatever, and you upload all the assets that you just made. And now they're all on the marketplace. They're all available, and you can put them wherever you want. They're all live already. Then you don't actually need to buy the land itself. You can build in preparation for, and then just boop it. Cool, I made $10 today. Let me go fucking put up all my assets and start my store.
And most of us that have kids have a portfolio already built.
That's what I'm saying.
That could be leveraged is the reality.
That's what I'm saying. So in that regard,
that's how I'm looking at of metaverse and when it comes to, I got a really good question for you, and I'm not going to forget it because I'm going to remember the answer. All right, I forgot what I was going to say before, so now I'm going to go straight to the question.
All right. What do we
I
got?
didn't forget the question though. Because a lot of us like visual representations. So of a movie, is there one that best to help understand at least, or a couple together, because the capacity of it? I think of Ready Player One, right?
Yep.
Is that one that is, is there one to add with it? I know it's a very good understanding how you described it, of it being a video game.
So, okay, Ready Player One is the idea of a virtual reality world. Okay, virtual reality requires an Oculus. It requires worldwide internet, right? Because everyone would have to be able to participate in the virtual reality. So everyone would need the glasses, and they'd have to be able to connect to the internet everywhere. We don't have worldwide internet today in 2022. We don't. That's not a thing yet. That doesn't exist yet. There are countries that don't have internet everywhere, and we're here in America like this right now, on streaming on 8 platforms, right? But there's countries that literally you can't even access AOL yet. They haven't even gotten there. Okay, so virtual reality is actually very far down the line. Not necessarily that it's impossible to do now, or that companies aren't going to be successful in that way, but people use computers every day. People use their phone every day. Augmenting reality is very, 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 very much easier, and way easier to do, and way more immersive for the player in their personal life, right? If I can walk around on my phone and look through my camera lens, and I can say, oh, cool, I can collect the thing here. Oh, cool, look, I can get this here in this geocache drop. Oh, cool, Pokemon Go, I caught me a Geodude. There's only 5,000 Geodudes in the whole world now, right? So that actually matters when I trade him and level him up and do, right? You catch the only Articuno, right, in Pokemon. What is that worth, right? So there are things that in the future it's gonna be like way more interactive, because the blockchain ties every single item to a smart contract. Okay, and that contract basically is just a identifiable reference number that validates that that thing was created by the company and is a valid item and do, right? Basically, it's just a validation and an item number for that item, right? But any game that you make, you could recognize the item number of any other game. So if somebody gets a legendary item in another game, you can say, oh, hey, if you come play over here, that's going to be a legendary over here, and you just get it for free. Here's your new sprite, right? Because you already have that in your wallet. So doesn't matter. Here's the sprite that's attached to that smart contract address in this game. And then you just change the sprite. And as many games.
No, I understand that completely. Anna Rawls here, she says, how come you're spending so much time on games?
Because there's 3.5 billion gamers in the world, and this is the way that it's actually going to allow people to become financially free for their time, is through playing video games. Because 50% of the world already plays for free, if you can just offer them the ability to do the exact same things for the exact same amount of time for money, they're going to do it. They will just eventually choose that option over time because it's better for their life. And so video games is the first step to allowing basically mass adoption for financial freedom and financial stability for the world on a whole worldwide scale.
That's just mind blowing. I grasp 95% of what you're saying, but just the capacity of outreach, and I just really love the. I'm gonna be finding out
who Activision and Blizzard are, right?
What's that?
Do you know who Activision and Blizzard are?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Activision and Blizzard CEO is taking over as the CEO of Yuga Labs officially.
And who is Yuga Labs?
Bored Ape Yacht Club.
I was just helping others understand on a level.
Yep, Bored Ape Yacht Club. So Yuga Labs owns probably a majority of the crypto projects out there that you've ever heard of, and they're invested into a majority of the metaverses out there. Yuga Labs is pretty big, but they do also have the other side that's not released yet. but they're working on it. Anyways, Yuga Labs is huge. They are inside the Sandbox. They are inside all kinds of other platforms as well. And they're partnered with all of the biggest people out there ever. Everyone who's a major celebrity has an ape pretty much. Most of them anyways. And, there are some apes in the community like myself, and, the guys from the Bad Empire, like we are all, the ape together. The Bad Empire owns that ape. So that's a whole brand representation for our company. That's not just like mine or just thieves or whatever. It's everybody. That's the Bad Empire ape. So we put that on the Cocoa Nugs with Runts. So we partnered with both of them to create the edible and to get the flavor for Bored Banana Split. And we are releasing that currently all over New York, but it's going everywhere. Whenever we find partnerships other places that are available for what we can do, we're going to do that.
Hell yeah. Well, that was a fucking shit ton to unpack. I'm going to run a video to decompress for 1 second.
Yeah.
Pick up to me. Anna says this is new to you. No, Anna, this is new to a lot of people.
It's new to 99.9% of the world, Anna. So there's 5% of the world is invested into blockchain. 1% of those people are 5% of the world is invested into crypto. 1% of those people is invested into NFTs. And 1% of those people know about how the metaverse actually works and what it really is and how it's really just a game. Most people are under the impression that the metaverse is this VR fucking crazy whole world and Mark Zuckerberg owns it and whatever the fuck. That shit is absolutely fucking wild. Okay. The metaverse is just taking a game world that's already out there, that already exists, the same structure of the game that you already play that has a full virtual economy, and making it playable for a cryptocurrency, having the marketplace tradable for cryptocurrency for the items, right? And that cryptocurrency is tradable for dollars, right? Which is absolutely amazing because now you can monetize and quantify that monetization of your time. Now, it might take you 100 hours to get to the legendary item, right? It might take you 1,000 hours. It might take you 10,000 hours, right? But if you go get the 10,000 hour item and you're the first person to do it, what is that worth to sell that item to another person? How much is 10,000 hours of your time worth? $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, however many $1 million, doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. You can ask whatever you want for it because it is a one of a kind and no one else will ever get that item ever again. It's a one of a kind legendary. You own that forever. So if anyone ever wants that in the game, they got to get it from you. Okay. And that means you can ask whatever you want for it, whatever. And that game currency that you accept for that is tradable for dollars. You can send it to your bank account, right? That is what the metaverse is it's just a transition of gaming to go from a free model for the player where the company at the top makes all the money to a model where all of the players make the money and the company only makes money on the marketplace trades that happen, right? They push the game and all of the content in the game, right? And continue adapting the game so that people play the game and trade on the marketplace. Then they are actually incentivized, right, to continue growing the game. Right now, they're not. If they release a game and they just say, okay, cool, this is out now, you can buy these items, done. That's it. That's all the fucking work they have to actually put in to get people's money, right? And they can say they're doing as many updates as they want in the future, but guess what? They don't have to do them. They're already taking your money for the play to earn items that are worthless that as many people in the world can buy. Doesn't matter. Oh, you spent $10,000? Well, guess what? So did this guy. So it doesn't matter. You guys are now exactly equal because you spent the same amount of money and same amount of time, right? But in this way, there's only so many players that can do that. There's only so many players that can do X, Y, Z things, right? And paying to play, buying the little items and stuff that they offer is not a benefit to you, right? Nope. Because what you can do is go and earn better items in the game from playing. So then those things have zero value, right? If you can get a legendary item that is a king sword that fucking kills all the dragons in one shot and whatever the fuck, who cares what it does? It doesn't matter. But if you can get that thing, right? That's better than any pay-to-earn item you can buy. It's better than any fucking thing you can use inside of the game that any other player can find, right? That has its own built-in value. And understand that you don't just have to get that thing in order to have a value in the game. If you start day one of the game, the most legendary item is whatever the most legendary item is that's been found so far. It's only what's been found so far. If you start day one of the game and everybody goes and plays and everybody else finds copper coins and you find the one silver coin, guess what? That's $1 billion coin. Until someone else finds a silver, that's $1 billion coin because you have the one and only one that's ever been found.
Man, I like hearing all because I love doing digital scavenger hunts, and this takes it to a whole.
Well, digital scavenger hunts are a thing in video games. So there's a thing called an Easter egg. Okay,
Exactly.
and Easter eggs are where you do a random action that has nothing to do with the actual story progression of the game, absolutely at all. Okay. It's not actually supposed to progress the storyline of the game for you to do that. So the idea is that you go find a random tree, right? You find a random tree and you shake it and an apple falls out and it's a golden apple. And you pick up this golden apple and you can't figure out what to do with it, but you walk around with it in the game and you walk with it in your hand the whole time, right? And you try and feed it to stuff and it's all, oh, it won't eat this, it won't eat this, it won't eat this. And then you walk up to this statue and you hand it the fucking golden apple and it goes, oh, it comes to life and booty boo. And then you get a fucking super flaming sword drop to you. Like, that's an Easter egg, okay? Those exist. Those actually exist. So in Age of Rust, there's actually 100 Bitcoin Easter egg. Engine released a game called Age of Rust. It's out right now. It is not a full blockchain game. Only some of the items are NFTs, and the currency is not fully a cryptocurrency. They don't accept engine in game. They do gold, and then the gold you can buy engine coin with based on the price of engine. They have like a marketplace value or whatever for the soft currency, the hard. But it's not actually fully integrated into a blockchain world yet. And so I haven't actually messed with most of the engine games for that reason. But they did release a game called Age of Rust, and it does have a huge 100 Bitcoin fucking Easter egg in it. There's a 1 Bitcoin, a 10 Bitcoin, and 100 Bitcoin, I believe.
That's crazy. So
if you find any of the three, you'll get either 1, 10, or 100 Bitcoins. And I think the one guy did find the 10 Bitcoin fucking winner already. I think he already did do that when Bitcoin was like 68K or something. So he made like 680,000 just for like dropping a random apple into a fucking statue. He literally made $680,000 for doing that. So, you know, there's like some things that like in the future, you guys really are not prepared, but it can change people's lives, right? Literally, like, what if you're the first person to tame a dragon in a video game, right? How much is that dragon worth to every other person in the game?
Who doesn't have a dragon?
Right? Who doesn't have a dragon, and you can go sell? How much is that dragon worth, bro? Tell me.
Well, then what's nuts is people, you know, if you know, don't realize is people don't realize how much individuals are already in the
because it's not money that you're spending. It's not money you have to put into the game. You can, right? You can buy the cryptocurrency and fucking ride the wave up as it's, you know, because it's going to have a lot of volume every day because it's a metaverse currency and all this stuff. Like, you could just be buying the cryptocurrency and doing that, right? Obviously, that is an option for everyone. But in theory, you can just be earning the cryptocurrency in the game, right? You go around, you open up the chest box, you get the freaking 100 coins and whatever, and you go complete the little thing. You play the slot machine, you win like 300 coins, right? And then you go buy yourself a freaking dragon. Like, so it's not necessarily that people are going to be trading their real world money for video game stuff. They're going to be trading their game playing time for video game stuff the same way that they're doing right now. It's just, if you want to, you can cash it out for money and it's not a big deal. The company's not going to delete your account for doing that. It's not going to. And now every item is quantified. That is the other thing, is that every item has a quantity, right? including the mini items, the newbie items, the leather pants, all that stuff. It all has a quantity. Every single thing has a quantity. Every socket, every gem, every fucking everything. It's all quantified. So except consumables, okay? Consumables or burnables, things that like potions, right? In a video game to heal your health, right? You run around, you get fucking, dragon shoots his fire at you, and then you fucking drink a potion, and then you heal back up, right?
Well, you gotta eat a bunch of apples or whatever in Minecraft and all that shit.
Yeah, make yourself some little food, whatever, right? And so a consumable, there is no cap on any of those. There shouldn't be anyways, really, because a consumable goes back out of the game, right? So if you have 1 billion of them, technically someone could buy all the potions, right? But if you have an unlimited amount of potions, because it's a burnable, it doesn't actually have a value, right? Burnables don't really have value. They only have the value of whatever you pay the NPC for them, right? Because you can buy them from the little non-player character, right? You don't have to buy them from a player. You don't have to go collect the thing. You could, right? It could drop from a creature, but you don't have to go collect them for the most part. You can just go buy those little consumable pieces. You can go buy food from the vendor. You can go buy the little arrows, right? All that different stuff. Like a consumable, no limits. But everything else in the game should have a quantified feature. Everything. Every item. Every skin, every avatar, everything should have a quantified amount, basically.
No, makes
sense
to me, but I'm also a gamer. And then we're coming up to the 9 o'clock. I'm going to bring Kara back up here. You guys, if you didn't understand what Trip was talking about in reference of a video game, a lot of that, we are talking on what the metaverse is. So in turn, when he's saying video game, it is in reference to video games because they are their own metaverse concept. But
yes,
it's what the metaverse actually means, why companies are getting into it, why there's billions of dollars that's been made and paid, and that's just the scratch on the surface of what's really going. There's so many different amazing things going on through blockchain, and just it's unbelievable, really, from finance to policy to fucking. It's crazy how much is going on.
Everything is going to change. Everything. So as I was saying, with the smart contracts being a little modifier for like an item number for an item, right? That's basically what the smart contract is. It says this is number 3,607 of 5,000 that are going to come out of this creature when you kill it, right? Only the first 5,000 people that kill this boss are going to get this little fucking shield or whatever, right? Because there's only 5,000 in the whole game total, right?
Exactly.
So boss farming, right, is going to be super profitable for a lot of people, right? Because if you're the first group of people to get to a boss and you can kill it as your group of people and get the super item, right? Say there's only 100. Say there's only 10. Well, if you're the first group of people to get there, why wouldn't you go and kill it 10 times and just get all 10 of the items and then make the price infinity? Because you could.
Absolutely.
You could now, right? In the regular game, technically over time, right? Even if you're the first group to get there and you do it 10 times, right? And you have the first 10 of the item, you're not the only person who can get it, right? But you are the only person in the blockchain games. So that is where the difference lies and where the metaverse is going to actually expand the whole world's capability for financial freedom, because anyone will be able to play a game on their phone or on their computer or on their whatever and make money for the time that they're putting in. And most of the gamers of the world, all 3.5 billion of them, play video games for free right now with their time. And everybody has always said, oh, it's a waste of time. You're just wasting your time. You're not going to ever make any money doing this. It's absolutely worthless. You're just blowing your time away for your life, right? And that's true in the way that video games are designed today, right? But the metaverse concept brings a whole new structure to video games that allows for engage to earn and play to earn capabilities, which is going to give all 3.5 billion of those people worldwide the opportunity to spend their time for money instead. Doesn't matter how much, because the US dollar is comparable to a lot of other places. depending on where you are, if you can spend an hour in the game and make $100 of USD, right? That's enough for a month in your country, comparably, right? So there's all kinds of things where this is going to open up doors in other countries just from the games that we create here in America that will literally change people's lives worldwide and change financial economies worldwide just from people playing video games. It's absolutely insane, but that's what it unlocks for the future.
Kara, did you hear that? We can play video games and pay the fucking bills now. So I'm cool with playing some video games and paying the bills. And yeah, there's so many ways to get in to do that. We'll be bringing Trip back many times. You guys can come join us on Twitter. We're there as well. He's very knowledgeable of crypto blockchain and how the ins and outs work of a metaverse, and has many things. If you just joined, I think it's the same two constant people, but I don't know where it shows on the Facebook. I'm gonna have to watch them and see like what part did it show when it first goes in.
When they join in. Yeah, there should be like a little eyeball somewhere, but it doesn't always show up on every platform.
No, it doesn't, but I'll find it. But anywho, Kara, it's 9 o'clock, so I know you've got to get to going and take care of husband and all that good stuff. So hopefully Trip didn't make your mind explode.
I was listening. I just had to grab a drink, and then I left the camera off for a minute, but
no, it's all right. And then I removed you, and then I just didn't pay attention when you came back.
It's okay. I was looking up different games on Google, and just doing my own research and chatting. So I'm interested, as you know, and something that fits my style and is legal in my zone and all that jazz.
Yep. Yeah, you always want to find projects that are under your legal regulation, because in the blockchain, like in the real world, right? If I go and I put my credit card in to go spend money in like Korea or something, it'll tell me I can't do that, right? If I go to like spend money on a casino site in Thailand, it'll say no. If I go, like there's a lot of things where like it'll be like, no, we don't accept that form of currency because you're not legally allowed to purchase that where you're from, right? Because in America, that's where your IP is generated from for making that purchase, right? And they're like, oh, you're in America, you can't make that purchase here with your American funds. That's not allowed, right? But in the blockchain, there's actually nothing that stops you. If the website allows you to do it, then you can. So technically, if you break the rules, that's you're in trouble for that. That's your own shit. You have to be kind of paying attention to what's real out there and what's not, and how they're built and structured, right? So everything on Ethereum is under the rules and regulations of the International Gaming League. Everything on Bitcoin is under the rules of the International Gaming League. And Polkadot in America is recognized as a blockchain software instead of a financial tool by the SEC. And Polkadot has a metaverse called Polka City that has a passive income business structure, and passive income is not taxed by the IRS here in America. So you can take your capital gains, buy a business in a metaverse, and take your passive income forever for the rest of your life off of that. And then you don't have to pay taxes on your funds at all. So, you just got to pay attention to what rules exist and what laws exist where you are. But, here in America, Polkadot is definitely the best thing out there for potential regulations, because they are recognized as a software, which means they don't fall under a whole bunch of different financial rules and regulations, which the other two do, right? However, Ethereum is always going to be a major player in the world, because 95% of the developers in blockchain today all unanimously chose Ethereum together. They all just chose Ethereum because it was the best to use and the easiest of access for the devs, and it had the best language and all this stuff, right? And there were reasons for that, but basically the biggest thing was Ethereum introduced smart contracts, right? And smart contracts allow for businesses and licenses and royalty agreements and ownership contracts and proven authentication and verification from a company. So if I go and I have a trading card today, right, I have to go get that trading card graded from somebody because there's no proof that it actually came from the MLB or the little box chew gum league or whatever the fuck, right? I have to go get somebody to verify that that's real, okay? But in the blockchain, when you release an asset, that asset has some data attached to it in the contract that says it was this card was released by Pokemon on this day, and it's card number whatever out of the however many cards they've ever made, right? And it's this and that and the next thing. Here's the image attached to it. Here's all the different things and stats attached to it. Here's all the different things. And it has a chain of custody forever on the blockchain where you can see, oh, this person minted it and this person sold it and this guy bought it and this guy bought it from them and this guy bought it from them. And so with the chain of custody and the original data that's all attached to that contract, that you don't have to go get it graded anymore. You don't have to verify anything anymore. That's already verified for you as the item. It's already done. So when you go to the website, you don't have to say, oh, I have this and go show it and whatever. You just log in with your wallet. That thing's in your wallet. You get access to those portions of the site. That's how it works. And that is all based off of the automatic contract for that item data, right? And that's what Ethereum brought to the world, and that's why it will always have a huge place in the blockchain, even compared to any other chain, including Polkadot. Even though Polkadot is actually a lot further ahead, Polkadot is a multi-chain thing. They have like 40 different parachains and all kinds of shit. They have like a translation for code protocol, and like it's a lot. Polkadot is fucking absolutely insane. But technically, ETH will always be king for business, because of what it brought to the capabilities for business, right? If you have a company and you have a marketing agreement or you have a licensing agreement, right? You can't blockchain that on Bitcoin. You can't take that data and blockchain it on Bitcoin. You can't put the data in the details and whatever the fuck and make sure it automatically does it. You can't do that. That doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a smart contract on Bitcoin. Now, there are ways through Polkadot to take an Ethereum smart contract and move it over to Bitcoin after you have gone through their code translator to DOT and then through their code translator again from DOT over to Bitcoin. And technically then you can, right? But without Ethereum, you still can't, right? So that is why it will always be very, very, very big. But Polkadot's way further advanced than Ethereum is.
Shit, I was talking. You couldn't hear me. I was muted.
Yeah, I saw your mouth moving, but you were not coming through.
Well, we're hitting our time limit here. I know that Buddy Mac just got in here. I pull him up here so he can at least say hello, introduce himself. I know Kara does have to get going and pick up her husband and fun life things and take care of the day.
Yeah, I'll head out now so that you guys can finish up and get done everything you have to finish up. But
Yeah,
I'm just
hang out for
gonna
another-
hi. Say hi.
another
Say
420.
hi. You know how
What
it
up,
goes.
man?
Bye, Kana.
Nice to meet.
Oh, add the stream. I add you back. There you go.
Bye. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, Kara.
There we go. Uh-oh. There we go. She did that, not me. Mac, how are you, man?
Yeah, you're kind of quiet, but yeah, we can hear you.
Very minor. Let me see.
You got me?
There we go.
There it is.
Bro. You got me
How are you,
chilling.
man?
What y'all up to?
How you doing, brother?
Shit, we're
Good,
just,
bro. I've been out of bud since like Thursday, so I've been
That's
like
horrible.
high energy, bro.
that's horrible, my friend.
Bro, you been out?
Since Thursday, yeah. I mean, I've been smoking like 1,000 of these.
Jeez.
I love roach dope.
Rough days.
Yo, this morning I smoked. I was doing 2 in a row like this, like stacked.
Mm-hmm.
I smoked 10 roaches in 5 minutes, and I was lit, bro.
And he said, and I was lit, bro. Ready. All right.
Dude, I just got out the shower a little bit ago, and then there was an animal that got attacked outside. So I had to grab my threw something on, and I grabbed like a hammer and went out there, and I was about to go down the steps, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I came right back in, bro.
Yup. Yup.
I was about to go save an animal, bro, in the dark.
Bro.
So
yeah,
this
man,
is cool. When'd you start hooking this up?
Oh, I don't even know. What was this? We did this last week or the week before?
We started. You were on here the week before, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the week before, and then I wasn't on here last week, but then now I'm back again this week.
He'll
So
probably be here Monday. He just knows a lot of things, and we'll, we're getting it documented, introduced, so then we can move on and get to bring the other companies
All
and
right.
individuals and projects in, you know.
So since this is a recorded podcast, we got Granny Mac on the line.
hold on. Let me see if she's
Yes.
here. Let me see if she's here somewhere.
All right.
I don't even know what this means, but I'm excited. Xander just came in, so we got some Scotland action going on.
Hey, baby. Hey.
Hey, Granny, how you doing?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing today? Hey, I don't know if I know Mr. Kamp there. Have you had your coffee today, honey?
Absolutely, a whole pot and a half.
You had your coffee? Okay. Token Trip, have you had your coffee, honey?
Oh, yeah, I had my coffee this morning, Granny.
All right. I'm trying to get my grandson some more weed. He don't have a good attitude if he don't have a lot of weed. So I've been staying away from him today.
No, I understand that, Granny. I get the same way, a little ornery and grumpy, you know?
Yeah.
You're my Mary Jane to keep me happy.
I still love y'all, though. So what y'all doing? Y'all trying to become, y'all gonna be crypto millionaires?
Oh, yeah, crypto billionaires all day, every day. That's what we're shooting for.
That's what I've been telling my grandson. Don't forget, you gotta be a crypto millionaire by 2030. Remember, everybody got a 2030 agenda. Make sure you got yours down, too.
That's right. That's right. See, Granny planning for the long game. I like that. 2030 agenda. Ooh, that's solid, Granny. That's a good plan.
I ain't got no choice but to play the long game, baby.
Let's go.
That's fucking hilarious.
Everybody, that was Granny Mac. They're a
Fucking
BitBot.
Granny
Granny
Mac.
Mac is a BitBot, and Granny Mac is brought to you by the BitBot Society. And make sure you tap in with Granny Mac.
Granny Mac, Granny
Fucking
Bob,
Granny
whatever.
Mac.
It's just when I do the voices, I got to do a face with it, you know, or it don't come out right. So
No.
Granny kind of has a little bit of an underbite, and you know, it's got to roll out a certain way and just come right back in.
Dude, you know you're about to go famous on YouTube for that now, right?
It's how Granny talks. She
Um,
got little.
I wrote down the time frame right when you said it, so I know it started like I think I'm 30 seconds late, but maybe a minute late. So I'm within a minute of it. It was 9/11, just so you know, which was fun. Was when Granny kicked off. So it's let me cut that shit out perfect.
yeah, bro. Got to
Yeah,
get
bro.
the faces. Got to get the faces in there too. I tried to do
100%.
another one, like what is it?
Tony Montana. To go to Tony Montana, man, you gotta do the face, man.
Or that's kind of a mixture from Tony and The Godfather, I guess.
And I spelled
Oh,
that
shit.
right, didn't I, on the bottom there?
Yeah, you did.
Cool.
You did a good job.
Man, I did use Google.
Yeah, we
And
mentioned now.
and
Mentioned
make
now
sure
for the
that-
BitBot
and make
Society. We got
sure
some of the
that-
biggest major artists in the space. 69 platinums under the belt so far, and Granny Mac killing it
Granny Mac.
with the ad-libs.
Well, hey,
Yo, you know what's been quiet? Like I came on here, and my phone's not set up right because the way the camera's over there, and then you got to move left to go right.
Bro, I was dealing with that with this light earlier. Here, look.
Bro,
Yeah.
you know what's not being talked about? Because you saw Binance just got some FUD too, right? And that's going down and stuff. But I hopped on this stream here, and you were going over the value, why ETH is valuable, right?
Yep.
It's one thing you ain't heard really at all in any of the mainstream, any of the drama, all that stuff. They brought ETH 2.0. They talked about it for about 48 hours, no more than a week. All this drama started hitting with everything else. I ain't heard shit about ETH from Vitalik, from nothing compared to all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, I think
no,
that's a
you're
good
not
thing.
gonna. So the ETH doesn't have a team anymore, Yoga. ETH hasn't had a team for a long time. They left it as a brain, and now they have to send in updates when the team makes an update for Ethereum. They send it in, right? And they say, okay, we think this is a good update for Ethereum. You guys got to vote on this. And then anyone who has an ETH can send in 0.0 to the 16 with a 1 ETH to go vote. And they go spend whatever the smallest amount of an ETH is called. I don't even actually know the term for that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
A Satoshi is a Bitcoin. What is the smallest amount of an ETH? Holy crap. There's something I don't know that I should. All right. Well, you're going to have to Google that one. Anyways, whatever that is, you send that in to cast your vote with a yes or a no on if you think the upgrade should happen or not, right? Everyone who holds ETH can do that, right? But for a very long time, the majority of the people who held ETH were the miners of ETH, right? They're the people who mined the coin. Because people weren't buying ETH to begin with, right? People were mining ETH to begin with. They just started mining Ethereum instead, right? And so a majority of the votes came from the mining community. Not necessarily that miners control all the votes. They don't. But at the beginning, when 95% of the currency is held by people who are mining it, they do kind of control the vote, right?
Yeah.
So ETH 2.0 actually got pushed off for, I don't know, 3 years, 2.5 years, something like that, because the community of miners was going to lose money on the upgrade initially, right? Because they're upgrading the system to be a lot more fluid and to handle way more transactions and for the brain to be replicated a bunch of times so that it can run faster and check things faster, right? Because they're doing that, the miners initially are going to lose money on every transaction that's going through, but there's going to be more transactions because it's a faster moving, easier, all of this blockchain now that it's been upgraded, right? So technically it's supposed to outweigh the little amount of money that they're losing by giving them way more transactions and capabilities for Ethereum. But they didn't want to lose the initial money from the gas, so they were just like, fuck it, because gas goes to the miners.
So that was the only thing that I heard in the beginning was from the original ETH miners, and then once they went 2.0, a lot of them didn't really know what to do, and they were still like, like bullish on it. They still liked it. They like the ones I heard weren't really pissed. They were just like they didn't really tell us what we need to do step by step right now. But everybody was happy that it was like better for the environment or something. But I get what you're saying. Like faster, you'll be able to work. Like do more and hopefully make that up on the end rather than just scalp that, gas,
right?
Less transactions. So that's what's up, bro. What's up with the you sent me the meta towel or whatever. I don't know if you can switch the subject, but looking into got
MetaChain 1?
The MetaChain, yeah, for
stuff.
Polka City.
Yeah, that looks good as fuck.
Mhm.
But hey, the real question is do you have you do have a roach ready? Because it's gonna be 420 in a couple seconds, and I don't
Bro, I
have a
got
joint
50.
ready.
I
But
have
hey,
a bowl.
I got 50 roaches ready. 25 lighters on my dresser. Yes, sir. 50 roaches in the fucking pot. Got me looking like a damn pimp out here because I had to walk outside. I grabbed my damn.
Bro, I know you got the robe on with the fucking dope ass
Oh,
shirt. What's
I
that
was
say?
about to
Night?
go- I guess I was about to go beat up a raccoon or something and try to say, I don't know what was screaming. I thought it was like a rabbit or something, but my dumb ass was halfway down the steps with a hammer and then backed up. I was like, I'm about to get attacked by a rabbit animal. I'm about to get attacked by a rabbit animal.
Bro, my dad was playing with his brain teaser when I was a kid. My dad was sitting out on the porch getting drunk, smoking a cigarette, playing with the little brain teaser. I got one of those ropes with a bunch of the little things and the balls on it. You got to twist the rope and untie it out of the wood block, right?
Yeah.
So he's playing with this fucking thing trying to get it. I had gotten it like 3 times, right? And he hadn't gotten it yet. And so he was sitting outside getting drunk, getting all mad at this fucking thing. And a fucking possum comes running through the yard, bro. So my dad grabs this brain teaser thing and chases it down, bro, through the neighborhood with this giant wooden block on a stick, swinging it, bro. And he corners this possum and he goes to hit it and he misses, bro. And the possum comes up and bites him in his hand and takes off. We got to take him to the hospital to go get rabies shots, and he gets shot in his fucking ass, bro. That happened when I was a kid. That shit was absolutely wild. I was like, bro, you were doing the brain teaser and all of a sudden you died to a possum? What the fuck?
This is a U-bung cone butthole right there. You see that? I guess it's a mouth hole. And you light it at the butt. But if it's called a butt at the end, then does that make this a butthole?
Gotta be.
It's gotta be. So
instead of a butthole, it's a butt hole.
Oh, you know what I was supposed to do earlier, and I can do it now. I was supposed to show my plant that I'm growing in the Mocana Cup competition, so I might as well.
Oh,
I like this little stream thing. Kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, right?
Yeah.
So here's my contestant for the growing competition that I'm hosting.
Oh, word.
It got stunted, but it's still doing all right, and I'm pretty sure it's a male, but we'll see. I want it to be a male.
Yoga got all excited. He's like, "Ooh, it's a plant."
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, I got a bunch of them here over. Right in there. That one's about done. I can give you a close-up. I found a couple aphids, and I don't like bugs at all. So when you see one, there's a bunch you don't see. So I got 3,000 ladybugs. So there's a bunch of ladybug orgies going on in here. So it may not be suitable for younger viewers.
Viewer discretion is advised.
These motherfucking ladybugs, I gotta take them and put them on the plant, or they just sit around and butt. It's ridiculous.
I got
Life of a ladybug.
We got a ladybug season at the end of November or something, or right at the beginning of November.
Oh, this beard.
They were coming in like our windows and stuff. They were like coming all everybody's house trying to get in because of the cold. And I don't have the best windows here, so I was like having to get up every 2 hours and like vacuum them bitches. That's how many. Like I was vacuuming 20 ladybugs out the crib in the middle of November. Should show y'all my plant.
Here we go. Here's not e-bone spell. No, I can turn the light up a little. Get some light in here. So this is the raspberry high.
Trip, roll me a blunt, man, and smoke it for me.
Hey, I got you, G. I got you.
Okay.
Well, where'd he go? Dang, it's just us now? Wait, it leaves us in here?
That's cool. Here,
What the heck?
I don't like the way the camera is.
Even if the host drops? Yo,
Screen. I shut the screen.
that's
on
pretty
the-
useful.
Hey, I got
So
a
this
shutter.
doesn't drop like Twitter Space.
No. I got a shutter on the cam, on the webcam. It's corded. See, here's the cord. So when I shut the shutter on the camera, it fucking turned me off on the thing. So I guess it recognized it. But so here's the raspberry Igor. It's about done. Raspberry cough Gorilla Glue.
Ooh.
It purples out and gets real nice.
What state are you in?
Missouri.
Yo.
That's why
Raspberry cough Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, that's why
There we go.
the event, the growing competition I'm hosting, that this plant's in. This is a Fruity Pebble OG peanut butter breath, which is my Jawbreaker breath. Here's Jawbreaker's logo.
Nice. Oh, it's a Pokemon.
And I got a bunch of dragons. My Jawbreaker's Fruity Pebble OG. Jawbreaker breath is the same dragon, different color with some clouds. I have other crosses, and they're just the same dragon, a different color. Wait, this sounds like an NFT project. That's why I made hero packs, and we're going to see the world, right? We're launching fucking Wednesday. Well, I'm having a fundraiser Wednesday, launching Thursday, 24-hour live launch.
Sure.
But I built all this shit a long time ago and been working on it, and now it all makes sense of what to do with it. And I've turned it into a new SOP of how to sell seeds. That's hero packs. So now I did a growing competition that focuses and showcases the strains that have been created. But yeah, this is Fruity Pebble OG peanut butter breath. This one back here, there's the ladybug orgy, you guys. Check that out. They're like, fuck this, I'm gonna hang out and fuck.
Yoga over here like, damn, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, dude, that sounds. But I like how
I seen your face when he said it. You were like, damn, that sounds yummy.
Is it clean in there, bro? Because it looks pretty clean in your little op there, bro.
Oh yeah, no, it's clean. There was just a couple aphids because it got cold, and I don't deal with that shit, and I don't spray. I'm all organic, and I'm about overkill.
Good
so
shit.
I get ladybugs, and then there's not much on it. You see what they're doing. They're just
It's okay. Ladybugs are good. No, listen, ladybugs are good for your plant. They kill fucking mites. Ladybugs eat mites.
They love the fuck. So if you get
Yeah,
them,
no, ladybugs eat mites. You just got to be careful if they burn on your lights. Yeah. Some lights will actually attract ladybugs for the right colors. If you have like the right kind of yellows and stuff in your lights, the ladybugs will just run into them like they're the sun, and they'll just burn themselves to death. But if you have lights that work, then ladybugs are absolutely amazing to have inside of your grow, just like daddy longlegs, right? Having spiders in your grow is actually really good too. They will eat all kinds of stuff. You can have praying mantis in your grow. Any type of predator that doesn't eat plants is totally fine.
And then another thing.
So Trip and Mac, this is a 1974 elephant that I did this bonsai to.
Yeah. I've had pre-98 Bubba Kush, and that was running around. We grew that a little bit back in the day.
I have some of that in hero packs from my buddy in Oregon, and it's his gorilla or his heavy breathing Bubba. It's pre-98 Bubba mixed with Mindo breath.
Oh, I probably have had that before, actually.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of fun strains and two strains from my buddy in Oregon from Dirt Road Discreet, and one from my buddy up in Canada, which is a Blueberry Widow that he worked around with and made some seeds and plugged them in because they're great seeds and a killer ass fucking strain. Because Blueberry F6 times some kick-ass White Widow can't be beat, really. Not when you're in the right mood, you know what I mean? There's so many great strains, so it's like that's where.
Well, each strain has its own benefit.
Are you naming them? Are you naming them at all? Like my buddy had a.
I have 52 of them. I have 52 of them that have names that have heroes that are 36 or 39 of them are in my Hero Packs NFT, but yeah, they all have their own hero, their own D&D I guess induced perspective of creation and the building guidelines of that with the unlimited capacity of, like Jack Hare. I always pronounced it Herrera, which was wrong, and I was told it's hair like terror. So my Jack Herrera is Jack Terror, and he's a fucking rabbit. All right, I'll do a video. That's what we'll go through, because I need to get another drink. I got the cone and I forgot my drink, but I'm going to show you some Jack Hare, and then it also highlights our boy Louie, which is an NFT musician, and that cross-platform promotion anytime we can. But then you'll get to see the Jack Hare and the logo for Jack Tear, right? And then picture that's the Jack Tear. Okay, I have 7 strains that I'm around probably about the F3 level of stabilization. I don't like going too far because it takes too much away from the plant, right? But I still have a bunch of the F1s and F2s, right? I've just planted many of them and beat the fuck out of them, right? Because everybody, it's like, oh, let me see a picture. You don't want to see a picture of like this plant here. This raspberry Hygor, it's been beat up so much I was able to open pollinate it, had 2 males on it, and they gang banged it, and there's fucking probably 5,500 seeds in a 3-gallon pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you get rid of any of the seeds? Do you sell the seeds?
I do, and I also have some of the stuff I've created where you can only get it through Hero Packs, which is my
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I'm about to take a trip to North Carolina, and I'm gonna talk to my boys who speaks y'all's language.
Yo, where are you going? Where are you going in North Carolina?
Hold on. Let me say this. What? Because he's my road dog, and we went to Cups together and stuff, and he speaks y'all's language when it gets into the science. Like I'm like, what? Well, he had a white rhino crossed with OG Fire, real simple, but he grew it himself and all this stuff. He called it Wi-Fi, but we never got it. Yeah, we never got it like official, but I thought that was one of the coolest, simplest rounds he did. He did a round, we're in the backwoods, man, in like a double wide and shit, or in a single wide. But yeah, bro. Back east, back east. I'll text you where, because I don't really know if I want to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, we normally do an hour show. We're about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull you back in. You don't go nowhere, Mac. We can chat on the back end after I play this video and end the broadcast. But
I didn't know we were broadcasting or nothing. He gave me a link and I checked it. Like I was like, oh shit, he sent me a link. So yeah, my bad for crashing.
No. It was, bro. I invited you. You're more than welcome to come up in here.
Fucking Scotland out here saying what's up to Yoda. So Xander's a avid follower on YouTube. So.
Yeah, I'm Yoga Mac or at Yoga NFT on Twitter, but I'm not hunting for crazy followers. If you guys want to follow, it's cool.
Well, we'll get a few viewers of where it is. It's more to document, pull off. We go through and have these podcasts for multiple uses. That being recorded and then leveraging that into the utilities of Web3 website creators and all that fun stuff, right? People just don't know it exists, so. All right, fucking Xander. Yeah, no. Get that email out to me. I did send you a thing for the email for Mary Jane. I'll show you again. But yeah, Max, stay here. Pleasure meeting you. Trip, thank you for joining. You'll be here next Monday. I don't know what.
Yeah, of course.
We'll be talking on the brainstorm panel and going in and at least get the initials of what you do on the front lines, and then we can start incorporating the internals, right?
Yeah, I mean the brainstorm panel is mostly just for onboarding information. It's just like it's just for people to go learn.
We started with fucking blowing people's mind, and then we're gonna come back here Monday and give them a little band-aid of here's of what you can do and where you can go. We'll do some posts throughout, you know what I mean, but.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We came in and you hit them with a doctorate level. So
hey, sometimes that's what you got to do.
That shit.
Mark knows.
People they'll go, what the fuck? And it's all right. It's like some people, they don't get it. Like when it came to fucking like Anna, she said it's new and she stayed and she listened, and I don't know if she's still there, but if not, that's okay too. We went into some deep, heavy levels of gamification and tokenization that just those 2 words, people go, what?
No, I know. It's because they're making all these special terms. They're making all these made up words because everybody has to feel special and unique nowadays, right? They all want to be their own little person and their own unique individual and their own little brand and their own little thing, right? And that's okay. But it comes with a lot of new terms for the blockchain. But the concepts and the structures are not new. Nothing that's being developed or made is really a new idea. It's just being implemented in a way where the community makes money instead, right? Where the people who are playing and spending their time actually make money for the time they're spending, right? And that is like the important takeaway. It doesn't actually matter what the little terms are and what the little words are that everybody uses. You have to understand the concept and the overall idea of what they're doing. It doesn't matter what words they use to describe it. This is how it works.
100%. Well, we'll be bringing you back. We'll be talking a bunch of this because Mocana Cup is a growing competition that is a physical event that's going to be happening in the fall and will incorporate NFTs, crypto, metaverse, augmented reality, virtual reality, and the works, right? People just don't.
Yep.
So that scares the fuck out of people when you say something like that. So
yeah, because it's 5 new words they've never heard of.
Things are going to happen, and it's going to be amazing, and we're going to be able to claim a global and have a global outreach for, for individuals to educate themselves through amazing companies and purposeful projects about the power of the plant, where they can't access that in their where they live.
So with all the other cups that have ever been hosted to date, right? The High Times Cannabis Cup is hosted in a bunch of different states and a bunch of different places, right? A bunch of different cities, and you can win the High Times Cannabis Cup in those places. You can win a couple other Rose Cups and other different Canna Cups and all that stuff in those places as well, right?
Absolutely.
But when you host the cup, only the people that are involved in that cup actually know what's going on or even get your brand recognition or anything like that. But if you take that same thing and you just play it onto a screen, you put up a video camera there at the cup and you have some videographers and stuff and they're just going around, right? And you just stream that directly live to the metaverse. Well, then anyone can log in, right? Anyone from anywhere can log in and come participate in being a part of the audience, right, of the Cannabis Cup, which is actually a huge deal for the growth of the platform, and a huge deal for the growth of cannabis in general, right? Having a worldwide outreach potential is way bigger than most of the things even have today, right? High Times only has the reach that it has because of the magazine, right, that is attached to it, right? It's not actually from the actual Cannabis Cup itself, right? That's just something that they do to give themselves a good promotion and all these different things, allow themselves to showcase the different brands that are advertising inside the mag and all this different stuff. But really, the magazine is the thing that pushes their voice, right? In terms of building out a entire magazine company, as opposed to just taking a video camera and putting it there and then putting that live link onto a page that people can log into that's so much simpler for people. They can just jump in and boom, now you're a little avatar, you're sitting down in the audience and you're kind of a part of it, right? That's way more interactive. It's way more immersive. It gives a way better feel of what's going on. And from that point of view, I think that it's an entirely new thing and a new addition to be added to a Cannabis Cup structure. And I think that it would be very, very, very beneficial to do. And I'm really excited that Mocana Cup is actually getting involved in that way into the Web3 space and bringing that potential to the cannabis industry in general.
Well, you can't have a big event like that and throw MetaCanaCon if you don't have the event. So, but we'll be bringing you back here. Thank you, Trip, for coming. It's Trip Voxel, VOXEL. I would do it because I can't click the thing over because I'm going to click a button.
No, you're all right.
Well, I can do this and then pause it. I thought about I could do this. That's it. Pause it. Wait. We'll wait till the logo goes up and then pause it. There we go. All right. So now I can come through and hit these little buttons. We had Mac in here. I'll pull him back up real quick. Mac, thanks for coming in and joining and introducing us to some BitBot Society action. Here's that website as well, guys. It was an hour and 11 minutes, I believe, when Granny Mac came in on this recorded podcast. So we'll go back and cut that, and then we'll do some fun shit with it. because like the screens are here, so you have that live interaction with me and,
Right.
and with Trip laughing, and then you're blank, so we can put a layer on top of that, and Granny Mac can fucking be there hanging out and talking. Does she have teeth? And if she does, they're probably not
fake
her own.
ones, not real ones.
I was gonna say it sounds like you did very good. She has dentures.
Yeah, no, he does a really good Granny Mac.
It is. It's fun. No, that was wonderful. But yeah, don't go to work, man. And we'll chit chat in the back here. I'm gonna shoot this video out. You guys, thank you for joining and listening. This video here is our man Louie showcasing some Jack Terror, and yeah, enjoy. See you on the next one. Xander, if you're here, you did say see you on Wednesday. This Wednesday, if you want to see us, go to Twitter, get on Twitter, follow Honeycomb Hydro or Canna Queen Cara. We will be doing a mental health space, and then that'll be going into a NFT auction for saving lives in West Ghana with hemp seed oil for A of Africa, which is that logo up there on Mocana Cups. So lots of fun things going. Having a show will be pretty hard unless I stream it. I might be able to share from Twitter, but you'll want to be on Twitter and then learn how to get a wallet while you're there for the first hour, and then be able to win NFTs that'll be given away and learn about NFTs while you're there. Because if you're going to be there to learn, you might as well fucking get a wallet and be able to win, right? Like, you can learn along the way.
100%. If you're going to come participate, you might as well put yourself on the roster to win, right? Why not?
Hell yeah. So, all right, Ricky, Wynn, you have a great night. It was 3:40 in the UK out there. So thank you, Xander, for joining. Here's the video. See you Friday. And we will be having Jesse Oxford from Kindway Farms, Kindway Consultant. They will be out here to talk about Missouri and what they do for the onboarding for patients, and also because there's rec adult use, if you'll call it. I don't like calling it rec, so adult use in Missouri, and anyone over 21 can come and get a medical card. That's good for Missouri, and like there's some really good benefit things. That I've got some questions for her. She'll be here Friday. Next Monday we'll be coming back. I mean, we get some more BitBox action as well, but it's always something in the metaverse level. That's why it's called MetaMind MonDaze. We try to do some level of education and focus on an NFT or project or creator or whatever, and we try to do that in many ways. So all the music that I'm playing, at least with the newer videos, they are music from the NFTs themselves, but through the ownership of the NFT, I have access to that artist's masterpieces. So they can also be heard elsewhere, but I get to do things like make videos with it and not have issues. So it's really beneficial, man. So I'm looking forward to Trip to getting to know your rock and roll man, so we can get some rock for Anna going on. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. See you here very soon, both Mac and Trip, and then as well as you listeners. So here is Louie and some Jack Terror. I just gotta go play. So this is a Jack Terror from Hydrogenetics. Lineage is Jack Terror, that I used to call Jack Herrera, but that's wrong.
Yep.
Yo, bro, it's gonna be lit, man. I got mad girls outside. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to figure this. I'm trying to finish this project.
Nah, bro. Stop that, bro. You've been working all day long. Sometimes you need to take a break to get the inspiration to finish what you gotta finish.
I really do have to finish this.
Bro, you don't need to finish that, bro. Put this pencil down. Take this paper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need you to be out. You know what I mean?
Fuck it.
Bro, for you, man. You deserve it.
Alright, yeah,
Let's be out, man.
Let's go.
That's
right. Yeah. Man, when I get up here, I feel alive. Yeah. Know that gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shed up. Chasing happiness and cheddar. Believe me, I do not know better. 24 years old, I'm writing this letter. For the people who are struggling, man, just keep your head up. It's gonna get better. Just don't give up. Remember that I'm with you. There's no I, it's just us. Party till tomorrow is a must. I will bring the shorties, just bring liquors, no discussion. I do this with some love and then some passion. I never hold grudges, I move past it. I lasted this long, I gotta grasp it. Know that, gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shed up. Chasing happiness and cheddar. Believe me, I do not know better. Know that, gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shed up. Chasing happiness and cheddar. Believe me, I do not know better. But I do this with my soul and with my mind. I'm just trying to figure this shit, am I right? I feel like I got it, sometimes I'm feeling blind. But I'm positive, always one of a kind, yeah. I'm on the grind, and I see the signs. I'm all about mine, don't stay behind, I'm gonna get signed. Because I'm defined, always being kind. I'll pray out of love, and homie, you'll shine. I keep to myself, like a book in the shelf. If you do not know me, so just keep to yourself. And I'm about to go, and I'm about to roll. And I am like, whoa, you know I just flow, stay high, never low. And I'm about to celebrate, I'ma honor my soul. If 400 world since 4 years old, always chasing gold. Not talking about money, talking about my soul. While some people sleep, I'm in my zone. Know that, gotta keep the head up. We young, so we fucking shed up. Chasing happiness and cheddar. Believe me, I do not know better. Know that, gotta keep that head up. We young, so we fucking shed up. Chasing happiness and cheddar. Believe me, I do not know better. 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 And if I let her, she might come. And she gets wet in the